So let's take a look at what's going on the market with Pebble Beach, California. This is the 93953 zip code of Monterey County. A very active area. It's one of the most active areas. Right behind Carmel is the second highest volume area in Monterey County. And of course, because the price points are higher. So let's take a look at how we're doing there. I'd like to share my screen here for y'all. Take a look at this. So where is Pebble Beach? Obviously, it's iconic. Everybody knows we're of it, and you can see it's located on the Monterey Peninsula. This is the area here. This is the area that includes the iconic Pebble Beach golf links, the famous golf games that happen there. We also have the Lone Cypress Tree, which is a good stopping destination point there. It's quite a few places. We'll cover that in another video. But nonetheless, the beauty of Pebble Beach is that it's located right on the Central Coast. So it's one of the areas that, pretty much is a short drive from Silicon Valley, not too far. This will be about just over an hour for you from Silicon Valley and just a couple of hours from San Francisco. So not too bad. But you can see here it's located nicely between San Francisco and Santa Barbara, or Los Angeles, if you will, but a little closer to San Francisco than it is down towards Los Angeles. But let's take a look at what's happening with the market there. I thought that would be interesting to look at. As you can see, Pebble Beach is one of those unique areas. It's right adjacent to Carmel by the sea. So you do have the white sand beaches of Carmel nearby. But let's take a look at how we're doing on the market. I thought that would be interesting to share. Take a look at this. We'll get into these numbers in a second. But here we've got the average price, or median price was about 2.5 million. Now this is down 20% from what it was last year. So big number, but again, these fluctuate based on, obviously there's not a lot of homes selling. So it just depends what has sold recently. So I like looking at this number. This median kind of averages it out or smooths it out over time. But we're at about 2.6 million is the average price for a home. So what would a 3-bedroom go for? This is based on February of last month. The 3 bedrooms were going for about $2.1 million on average. And this is about just a little bit down, about 5% down from what it was last year. Last year, this time, 3 bedrooms on average were going for about 2.2 million. But we're calling Pebble Beach a buyer's market. It's actually the first area that entered into a buyer's market status in Monterey County last year as the market was turning downward, or slowing down, maybe I could say. But it did, and again, the months of inventory that are available are always based on how many homes we have on the market divided by how many sold recently. So we had 4 sell in the last month. This was for February. These are February numbers. So that gave us 8 months of inventory. So anything over 6 months is going to be a buyer's market. Usually 5 or 6 months is pretty stable. But once we start seeing 8 months of inventory, then we know we're kind of dipping into a buyer's market. And we did see some bargain taking in Pebble Beach. So that's very unique and very interesting, as the luxury market is getting impacted. And I think, with all the recent banking information that's going on, I do feel our luxury market is going to somewhat recover. I think people will be moving money into homes rather than keeping them in the banks. People are a little nervous about that. So they might be moving some large sums into something that's fixed, like a home or a property, rather than having it in something liquid like a bank, where it could just vanish like it did for some last week. Even though the government's working on that, but that's a whole nother topic, right? But so let's talk about the market. I digress. So 36 average days on market was pretty much what it took you to sell a home in Pebble Beach last month in February. And that's really versus 72 days last year. Now, what happened here? Again, it's just a few homes that we're talking about, that if we're looking at it on a kind of a micro level, looking at it by month. So these numbers, you got to take them with a grain of salt. But last year, this time, they were at 72 days on market. This time this year, they're at 36 days on the market. So about 50% faster. That does show a little bit of the activity that's going on right now. So we are seeing brisk, I'll call it brisk activity throughout all the 4 or 5 counties on the Central Coast. And so we only had about 4 homes sell in February in Pebble Beach. 3 were under 30 days and only 1 was over 90 days. So what does this tell you? Well, the 30-day or less units probably were priced really good so that they could move quickly. And that's what we're seeing there. Now, in the last 7 days, we haven't had any new inventory hit the MLS. We haven't had any reduced prices. We have had 2 go into contract and 4 have closed in the last 4 days alone. So now we're getting to what's happening today, right? Not looking at stale numbers from February. And then look at the current active. So of the homes that are available, there's 26 homes today if you wanted to go buy home buying in Pebble Beach, California. So the average time frame that those 26 have been on the market is about 99 days. I'll put a link down below in the video on YouTube so that you can follow all those homes, those 26 homes, and you'll be able to see those and how long they've been on the market. Also, of those 26 homes, 5 of them have reduced prices. So that's about 20% or 19% or so that have reduced their prices. So pretty interesting there. And as we look at, again, Pebble Beach over the last 4 weeks, we have about $5.3 million was the average price. So why is that way different than the 2 point something that we saw for February? Again, these are average prices of homes just in the last 4 weeks. So, you know, the median price kind of gets smoothed over the last 6 months. But here we have Pebble Beach, $5.3 million for the average price of the 6 homes that sold in the last 4 weeks. I only went back 4 weeks. And then I like to always look at those homes that did sell. How long did it take? On average, they took about 24 days. So, well, you know, that could be fluctuating, right? Based on maybe somewhere 90, maybe somewhere a week. That's true. But check this out. The average days on market was 24, but 4 of the 6 that sold were under 30 days. 4 of the 6 that sold were under 30 days. So that's a fantastic, I think, turnaround for those, because these are high price points. These are not just your average median for the county prices. These are pretty high. So, you know, if you're talking $5 million average, right? So, and then you had 2 of them sell between 30 and 90 days. So it's always fun to dream and look at these. So I'll put links, I'll post other links later on, you know, like the top 10 most expensive homes. So follow me on YouTube or LinkedIn for that, or even Instagram. But check these out. These are the ones that have sold in just the last few weeks. So we have, again, 6 of them. So San Carlos Road, Pebble Beach, 3.3 million. That's for a 2,500 square footer on an 11,000 square foot lot. And 2930 Lupin Lane, excuse me. That's a 2,200 square footer, 3-bedroom, 3-bath that's sold for 2.3 million. But check out the list price, 2.2, had a little bidding war, went up to 2.3. The other, I like to look at that because that kind of gives you a pulse of what's going on with the market, right? So 1043 Broncho Road, 4.195 asking, went just above for 4.3. So that was a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 3,900 square footer on an 11,000 square foot lot. Then you get into Macomber. I always love Macomber Estates. It's a nice gated community within the gated community of Pebble Beach. Very nice. So these are 8.17, originally listed at 8.9. So there's one of your ones that reduced price, right? Of the ones that had sold in the last 4 weeks. So that was for a 4-bedroom, 6-bath home, 8,400 square foot home on just under 3 acres. And then you have 1183 Arroyo Drive in Pebble. That one sold for 2.5, just a little below the 2.6. There's another one that reduced price. And then you had 3312 17 Mile Drive, a 7-bedroom, 7-bath, 4,200 square foot home, the most expensive one we have on the market that sold at 11,250, at least the most expensive in the last 4 weeks. So really nice numbers that we see here for Pebble Beach and some fantastic properties. So I'll put a link, like I said, below of the ones that are available to take a look at. So just real quick, we'll take a look at mortgage rates, how they closed yesterday. They were at 6.75 is what we saw on mortgage rates. So, you know, obviously those moving into Pebble Beach may not be as interested in mortgage rates as more the pricing of per square foot on the homes. So that gives you an idea of what's going on in our beautiful area of Pebble Beach here on the Central Coast. As always, be sure to like and subscribe. If you have any questions or know of anybody that's thinking of buying or selling on the Central Coast, I'm never too busy for those referrals, obviously. So let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Take care.